Well, hey guys, welcome back. We hope you all had a great Christmas and had a wonderful New Year. We just wanted to sit down and kind of do a little recap on 2024 for everything that's been going on here at the Conan Tassel Homestead. But we just wanted to kind of do a little walkthrough. Remember what 2024 was for us and how it turned out, and kind of maybe things that are changing here on the homestead, but also a look forward into 2025. So we thought we'd kind of go through those things and kind of, I guess, go down memory lane a little bit for the 2024.
I don't want to go so back down memory lane that we spend a long time there.
Okay, so you're saying it's kind of like a short jaunt down memory lane.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, so where do you want to start? How far down the rabbit hole do we go?
Well, I think the recap is we set out in 2024 with some ambitious goals and some plans around our homestead. One, we were going to pull back so we could launch forward, and that was something that we discussed in the end of 2023 into 2024. And then and we did, and we focused on the garden, and we pulled back in animal producing food on the farm. As far as chickens go, we only did 50 meat birds, something like that. 50 meat birds this 10 year. Turkeys last year. Yeah, it's 2025 now, so it's last year.
Well, yeah, I guess technically it's last year.
It doesn't seem like it's.
But
our bodies haven't fully recovered yet. So
well,
yeah. So we pulled back. We got a bunch of the garden done, but then we had some really unexpected blessings that completely derailed our plans. But it was great.
Yeah.
I feel like my heart grew like 10 times this year, or in 2024. It's going to be even more in 2025, but I feel like my heart grew like 10 times.
Yeah, I think our strategy of pulling back so that we could kind of focus on expanding the garden and our ability to grow more food this year was a very, very smart choice for us. We were able to put together, and I'm sure you guys saw all the videos of us putting together garden beds and everything, but we felt like that was a really smart move on our part to be able to just have more gardening area, focus on the garden so that we could produce more food, which in turn would allow us to preserve more food. And we're excited about what that's going to look like in 2025, because we didn't fully realize the full potential of our growing capacity for 2024. We still had lots of beds that were built, but we never actually put any dirt in it or grew anything in it. So those will be beds that we get to utilize in 2025. And so I think we'll have a lot of fun putting together the garden. Another thing was, downsizing on animals a little bit. Gloria mentioned that we did less chickens last year, probably almost half of what we normally do. And I think, looking back, I think we want to go. I think we're going to go back up to what we had been doing before, so probably around 90 birds. For this next year, 90 chickens, just because we felt like 50 birds, while it was a little easier in terms of processing, what we didn't like is the fact that we didn't have enough chickens to really both supply our family, but to have the ability to be generous with our meat chickens. And so that was kind of one thing that we decided that we really wanted to do differently for next year.
I don't even know that they know what we do.
Well, enlighten them?
I just think we've just been doing it.
Well,
Well,
go ahead.
just about. So basically what we do is we will use eggs. For instance, we have our egg layers. We only are a family of really 4 people here, 3 of which are utilizing the eggs, but we have way more eggs than we could possibly consume for 3 people. And I'm not into water glassing or anything. I just find it unsettling for me. I don't feel comfortable with that. It doesn't mean it's not good. I just don't feel comfortable with it. And that being said, so what we do is what we have in excess, we give away, and we give to our community. And this is one of the areas in which we can live generously, right? And give in our means, and above and beyond which God has provided for us and our hard work. So that being said, we also do the same thing with our turkeys and our chickens and our meat birds, and we like to have enough to meet our needs, but then also be able to live generously. It just fills our heart and our life with joy to be able to do that. And so when we pulled back last year, like you were saying, really it wasn't enough to live as generously as we wanted. That being said, we also, our family is growing. So our daughter and our son-in-law and our 2 grandchildren are moving in with us to partner with us in this living generously in life. And that means we're going to double in size, which is going to increase our food amount. So we might even be doing more than 90 chickens in the coming
Possibly.
years.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this year for 2025, I already have ordered, and in November I do all the ordering for 2025. So, or for the following year, for our meat birds, and that would be chickens and turkeys. We're not going to do ducks. We're not really a fan of processing them, and we're not really set up to do it so that it would be easy. Processing ducks aren't very.
Yeah, ducks are not fun. They're fun when they're running around and stuff, but not for processing.
Not us. Well, we're not set up to do it, and
No.
so we're missing some components, and we don't find it the value in that. So anyhow, that being said, that was a rabbit trail. So we're gonna step that part back up so we can live more generously, and we'll have to increase, which also is one of the reasons why we put in so many beds last year, not knowing that our family size was going to grow here at the homestead, which is phenomenal. But we also want to be able to live generously through the garden and start preparing Paisley for independence. So many of you guys know that Paisley is on the spectrum, and one of our goals in moving out here and looking, I guess, way back is we need to provide her with a way to live a quality life that gives her a opportunity to gain job skills and be able to earn some money. And so we have to teach her in a way that is best learned by her, different work ethic type things and job skills. And one of those things is we want to put up a produce stand that Paisley will be responsible for putting vegetables in and eggs in, and it will be donation based, and those donations will go into a savings account for Paisley. So we're trying to teach her that, so that in the next couple years is something that will be taking off. So putting in those garden beds is not just for living generously and to meet our needs of our growing family, but also to produce for Paisley a quality of life, and at least start her in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I think kind of the overall plan of 2024 was really kind of, again, we pulled back, but that was so we could launch forward. We feel like we're kind of in a transition. 2024 was a transition year for us in terms of having the experience of doing homesteading for a couple years. We've had a chance to kind of figure out what we like, what we don't like, things that work for us and our family, and things that we decided that just weren't a good fit for us. One of those things in 2024 was realizing that pigs are just not one of those things that we really enjoy. We processed one of our pigs, and the other two pigs we ended up giving to a family that had kind of lost everything in a fire. So it was kind of a win-win. We didn't have to worry about processing the pigs or taking them somewhere to get processed.
It really was a blessing for us that this family was able to take them, because then it relieved us from trying to figure out how to manage that.
Right.
Because of their size and their age, the amount of fat that would be in the meat would make it incredibly fatty meat, and it would be hard to grill or whatever, and that's not really our thing.
No. Well, I think too, just we were looking at it, and what we had originally planned them for wasn't going to work out for us, and so we couldn't justify spending the amount of money we were spending on feed for these pigs to really not be able to reap much of a benefit. I mean, yes, there would be meat, but like what I said, the meat wouldn't have been as good of a quality as we would have hoped for, and that so. Knowing that another family was actually able to take that, I don't know if they used it for meat or if they used it to start a new herd of pigs. We're not sure, but we just know that we were able to bless a family that way, and it was a huge blessing for us to not have pigs on the homestead anymore. So that was another simplification in terms of pulling back. Now, that being said, looking into this year and the things that we're really looking forward to is being able, using 2024 as kind of a pulling back, almost if you think kind of like a slingshot, pulling back to be launched forward in that way. Yes, the garden will be huge, doing more chickens this year, but also looking into potentially getting bees this year, which would be a new venture for us, because we really feel like bees would be a great addition to the homestead, especially with having a bigger garden. That's going to help with pollination. That's going to help with just the overall health of our garden, and we have fruit trees that we planted in 2024, so those also would benefit from bees. But we also are looking at growing. We had our property clear, not necessarily clear cut, but a lot of the trees harvested, and so the idea was to build pastures so that we could have pasture animals. And so here in 2025, we're thinking about getting into starting our own flock of sheep.
Yeah.
That
So we're thinking about doing Katahdin sheep. One, we wouldn't have to worry about shearing. They're natural, or they're in this region, so they're used to this climate. They are great at assisting in clearing land compared to some other sheep's breeds. We don't have to worry about shearing, which will take that burden off of us. They're also great meat source, and so that being said, we felt like that would be a good start for us for a first flock. Now, we did try raising sheep. We had 2 bottle lambs. You guys have seen us raise them. They're getting ready to go to butcher in about a week or so. And we decided not to butcher them ourselves, to take them out, just because we have a lot going on and we needed to take some pressure off of ourselves. That's one thing that I think that we really realized in 2024 is we're the ones that set the goals out for ourselves. And I am a very big, ambitious, goal-setting person. I will set miniature goals to achieve bigger goals, and I will shoot for the universe, and I'll get the moon. And the whole solar system I will shoot for, and I'll get the moon. And just being happy with the effort that we put in, even if we don't achieve everything that we set out to achieve. Being satisfied with what we did achieve. And I think we did achieve a considerable amount of stuff. We started the Garden of Hope. We got a massive quantity of raised beds built, which was great for that area, and the only place right now that we can see putting in a garden. We have part of the pasture fenced, and we have a nice electric fencing put in. We've we've partnered in with some really great like-minded people. People from our church have come out and decided that they want to participate with us in processing chickens and stuff like that, and in turn, when they do it, we would help them. And having that camaraderie really is a beneficial help, and so we're really looking forward to that in 2025. Our neighbors are fantastic. They have come on and really partnered with you in building projects to step in places that I just can't physically do.
Yeah, I mean, it was huge this year to get a woodshed in. We got it in kind of right before winter came in here. We did have to deal with a little bit of snow with that build, but the fact that it's actually built, it still needs siding, and that'll be one of the projects in 2025 this year. But getting a woodshed built was one of those big projects that we had on the slate for 2024, and so I think it's projects like that we were really excited to be able to accomplish in 2024.
Well, I think having the wisdom of the neighbor to come in and do hands-on stuff with you, I think your building is getting better quality. You're understanding a lot of things, so I think that confidence is going to propel you to take on some of the other things that we want to do in order to move forward. I'm not putting an agenda on your building list this year because
the to-do list is getting longer.
Well, you married a to-do list maker.
Yes. Well, and I think moving forward here, I think one of the things that we learned in 2024 is just trying to find that balance of, because we both work full-time from home, which is a huge blessing for us because it allows us to be here on the homestead, but at the same time it's also trying to find that balance, because you do work all day and then you're going out and you're doing working on the homestead mainly in the evenings, and weekends tend to be filled up with all of our projects and everything. So this coming year, with our family expanding, I think we're going to have our daughter and her husband will be able to kind of help with some of that and collaborate with them on some of that, so that will help with a lot of the projects that we have slated for this year.
Well, if they want to.
Right, if they want to, but I mean,
I'm sure that they would love to participate on some capacity. Your alarm's going off.
Oh, well, it's probably because it's that time, but anyway.
Okay, well, you continue. I'm going to go turn it off.
So, I think we're excited about 2025 and the fact that, we're, as we stated, in that transition phase where we feel like we're leveling up this coming year. I think with all that we've learned over the first 3 years of doing homesteading, we have a better understanding of kind of what we want to do, but also we've been acquiring the skills. At least I feel like we both have acquired some skills and knowledge in terms of being able to do better and better each year. And so we're looking forward to seeing what that looks like. We mentioned the garden and how we're getting that laid out and getting everything set up so that we can grow as much as possible. That's going to be huge. Adding more animals is going to be another big thing, but just the quality of the work that we do, the intentionality in which we approach our homesteading is going to, I think, only get better. And it's, we have to be very mindful that we don't. It's easy to compare ourselves to other homesteaders because we do watch and follow a lot of other homesteaders around the country, and it's can be tough sometimes to just kind of look and go, wow, they're able to do this and they're able to do all this and they do that, and take putting into context that a lot of these homesteaders, they do that full time, along with having a YouTube channel and everything.
Well, and they've been doing it for years, where we're just brand new.
We are brand new and really starting
really
out.
Getting
We're babies in the homesteading
little wet
journey.
puppy.
Yes. So yeah, I think it can be tough sometimes to sit there and watch other people and watch them accomplish so much of what we want to do. But we're just not there yet, and it's going to take time, and that's okay. That's part of the journey of homesteading here, is realizing that it doesn't all get done in the first few years.
Well, not only that, but when we're watching other homesteaders doing different things, where they live is different. The land that they have is different.
Right.
The resources that they have are different, and so, though they try out things that we can learn from them, and we do learn from them, and how to do different things. The School of YouTube is phenomenal.
Yes.
We get to create it to meet our lifestyle and in our area, and to meet the needs. And we're also not trying to make a business out of selling produce or meat or anything like that. And so we're doing things different. We're different homesteaders, and I think that makes us have a unique. And we have other goals for our homesteading outside of just producing food.
Right.
That we haven't even told them.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think we're growing into our homesteading skin, so to speak. We're getting more comfortable with the idea of everything that it requires of us, but also, again, we're always trying to learn more, learn how to do it better, more efficiently, and that will come with time, and over the years, we'll start to really streamline the process of what we're doing here. But in the meantime,
one of my greatest hopes that I have for 2025, and one of the things I'm really excited about, is not only getting starting our flock for sheep, but also our grandkids will be a part of this, and our daughter and our son-in-law, and just the joy that their presence in our life is going to bring, and that we get to do that with everybody on YouTube. We get to share that, and that I'm super, super excited about.
Yeah, I would say that was having you guys support us and follow along on this journey with us, and watch as we make mistakes and we have big wins throughout the year, and being able to share that with you guys, and having you guys interact with us and give us feedback, and really be there to kind of support us as we take this journey. We are so unbelievably grateful for all of that. You guys have been just amazing in the ways that
Very encouraging.
very, very encouraging, and I think that's the beautiful thing, and we're looking forward for that to continue in 2025. I have no doubt that you guys will be right there with us every step of the way as we embark on this new year. So I think, yeah, we're excited to see what 2025 brings. 2024 was a great learning year for us and a great training year for us. And we're looking forward to putting that into 2025 and making it an even bigger year.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
This year is, and I think, I think that one of the biggest benefits that we've reaped from pursuing our dreams and setting out together in a unified goal of living up a life of generosity has already started to reap the benefits and dividends as far as the joy that we have in our lives, and the healing that it's brought in our marriage, and we're enriched. If I can say it that way, that we just feel enriched. We feel enriched that there are people that are encouraging us, that are cheering us on. Enriched that we get an opportunity to share these things with you in our lives, and that you guys are willing to support us and share our content and encourage us when we're feeling down, or give us advice when you see that we're skipping around and not maybe doing something very smart, because all of that has been very kindly given, right? It isn't. That was one of the things I was scared about and hesitant with in going to YouTube is insecurity and being in front of the camera, and worried about unkind things that people may say. And though we're small, I mean, we have under 400 subscribers, and that's something that we need to actually set some goals on and figure out, which
Right.
we're talking about, because we do need to increase our subscriber base. But I was really worried about, unkindness, because you hear people bullying a lot on this kind of a platform, and maybe it's just because we don't have a lot of subscribers, but really there hasn't been any instances that I can think of where people have been intentionally unkind.
Yeah, everything's been really positive.
Been really positive, and we are a baby YouTube channel. We have a lot to learn. We know we need to make shorter content. We need to make more. Last year we pulled back, right? We only posted a couple times a week. I did take some time off, and I think it's important for for us to pace ourselves, because we do work full time, and then on top of that, creating the content, editing the content, putting it out, plus doing everything we do. It's like having two full-time jobs, and also maintaining a quality of life that's personal and private for marriage and parenting and stuff like that. And so, this 2024, finding balance in that space, and in 2025, I think identifying where we need to find balance, getting organized, having Amber and Troy to really partner with us, and just in life in general, I think is going to be a source of strength and encouragement.
Yeah, I think it will be.
So anyway, all of that to say, this was supposed to be short.
Yeah, I know. We get talking and then boom.
Other
here we
things,
are.
you know what happened in 2020? yeah, it was 2024, the last day, right? The 31st. We got couples recliners. So this is our Christmas present to each other.
We are rocking into 2025.
So we'll have to show you our couples recliners, but we have, they're not in their place that they're going to end up just because we haven't celebrated Christmas yet. We are waiting for our rest of our family to arrive, and they arrive in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What is that? And
So-
13 days? No, less than that. 10?
Well, today's the 4th, so 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. So they arrive in 10 days. So there's lots of getting ready that we've been doing. We are so excited. I want to take the camera down and show you the room, but I can't even show that on YouTube because my grandchildren watch it, and it's supposed to be a surprise for them, and so I can't show it on YouTube until after they're here, and then they may not want it on there at all. So you don't get to see it yet. Maybe I'll just take you down there and I'll record it at some point, and then I'll post it after they're here. That way it's all great. But you want to know something? People in our community that we're not the only ones living generously. There's been some people in our church that gave to us. They gave toys because we don't have any little kid stuff around the house at all. And so they gave children's books, trucks. A couple gave us enough money to get the mattresses, or was it the beds? I can't remember. But anyway, we got bunk beds for them. And just the generosity of people encouraging, giving clothes and stuff like that has been really, really helpful and a blessing to us, but certainly will be to our family.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna attempt to land the plane here.
You're
for
gonna
this
land
video.
the plane.
So, guys,
This is the shut up.
this is the tapping the leg under the table. Like, okay, we're done here.
Tapping out. Oh.
So yes, 2025. We're looking forward to kind of continuing to grow our community and our circle of people, and the amount of people in our community that we can reach, but also our family's growing right here at home. So we are so excited about 2025. We look forward to continuing to share that with you guys, and having you guys partner with us in that way. So yeah, guys, Happy New Year. We hope you all have a wonderful 2025, and we're looking forward to this coming year. So thank you guys so much for following along.
All right.
We love you guys.
Bye. It won't turn
You might have to just get up and turn
on. I think my batteries are dead.
it off.
Great. That's